Education is the best legacy usually said by our forefathers. It is not like that as at today. What do you have to say about that?
Yes. Basically, on education in Nigeria, or let's say in the state of Osun, we must understand that now that things are going down the drain, many youth do not believe that education is the best legacy again. The question is, those who are educated, what are they using the certificate that they have to do? The question is, those who go to school, what has changed in their circle? A lot of people who do not go to school are doing well than those who attended their institution. So many people have now seen education as something that has become a scam. And so if education is the best legacy and those who are going to school are not, they don't have anything to show for it, then we need to question the type of education we are being given in this country. And so it's high time we started to start looking at how to change the narrative. If education is really the best legacy, we really need to ensure that while in school, students are brought up in such a way that they will not be dependent again. A graduate who has studied for 4 to 5 years in the school will still be the one looking for white collar job at the end of the day. Why will such a thing happen? And the question now is, do we have a government who have put the right infrastructure in place for an average educated person to succeed? Now, there was an issue of one lady on Twitter that is still trending. The lady was just buried, is it yesterday or today? The lady was killed all because he was trying to get a job for herself. Imagine a fresh graduate that I don't even know, that was raped and murdered just because she wanted a job. She wanted to be fine. She does not want to join those other people who we will call the unemployed rates. But look at what happened to her. The question is, are we truly getting the right education in this country?
All right. Taking a look at it from this angle, many people, students per se, end up studying what they cannot practice. Now, why brings about joblessness among the youth today? How do you intend to come in?
Alright, yes, based on the issue of a lot of people studying the wrong courses in school, the question which we ask ourselves is that while I was growing up too, I have people around me that wanted me to do a particular course I did not like. Now, there are a lot of youths, there are a lot of people who are in school today studying the wrong course because their friends are doing the course, or because their father or their mother or people around them want them to do the course. We need to start teaching our children, we need to start teaching the youth what we call career development. They need to understand that everybody has different passion and different talents. And once you understand that they have different passion and different talent, everybody should learn to pursue the line of their own talent or passion.
Okay,
that is, sorry sir, if I am passionate about talking, if I'm passionate about writing, if I'm passionate about finance and mathematics, I should be driven into the right path. And so that is why it's better now to we redefining the type of education we are giving in this country. So a lot of people we continue to study the wrong course if we did not fix the system. Teachers in secondary school should not force students to go to art class. Teachers should not force students to go to science class. It should be based on the capacity and what they've seen in that particular child. And so if I study a course based on my area of interest, I will succeed in that course because I will be able to do well. So a lot of students are not doing well in school today because they studied the wrong course.
That means students today are jobless due to the fact that they cannot actually identify what they want.
No, what I'm saying now is basically after going to the university or the polytechnic,
okay,
and you study a particular course, let's assume you study computer science and you don't know coding, you don't know robotics, you don't know programming and the likes, you don't know the practical aspect of what you have studied. That means the person has just wasted his or her time in the higher institution, in the force of the institution. The question is, in the outside world there, which is, we call it the street market, the question is, what are the skills that you have? It's not about the certificate you carry. I tell people, it's no longer going to be about certificates, it's going to be about the certificates. What skills have you added to the course that you have studied? Because that is what will make the difference in that labor market. It is the skill you have acquired that will get you the job.
All right, thank you for that. Let's take a look at this question. They said youths are the leaders of tomorrow, whereas they are not fully educated about what leadership is all about. Can you tell us your take about this?
Yes, my take about this is simple. Youths that will lead tomorrow, who does not understand the ethics of politics, are just wasting their time. Youth that will be the leaders of tomorrow, who does not understand history, are just wasting their time. Youth that will be the leaders of tomorrow and they are not ready to make that positive change, they are not ready to protest, they are not ready to speak up against government, they are just satisfied with the status quo. Are those ones, are we going to keep on depending on those ones? If as a young person and things are not going on in my environment, I'm so timid, I'm so coward, I cannot speak against it, will you be able to entrust me with leadership? If as a young person I cannot be trusted with little things, if as a young person I'm involved in cyber fraud, I'm involved in dishonest attitudes and dealings, can you still trust me to now put such person like myself in position of leadership? No. If we are to allow the youth to take over this nation, I tell you the worst thing will happen, because a lot of youth are not prepared for leadership. So the question is, we need to start educating the youth. An average youth need to start understanding the fact that no nation will work without the youth participating in governance.
That means leadership is nothing but a responsibility. That means all youths, most especially this country's youth, needs to engage themselves in one leadership role or the other. Let's take a look at this again. Internet fraudster is at alarming rates in this state. Now, that leads to different attitude, most especially nonchalant attitude towards handwork. Now, how do you intend to do it? Because we all know that for a youth, we need to be hardworking.
Yeah.
During that is our vibrant age.
Let's please set the record straight. Internet, okay, cyber fraud or internet fraud or whatever term we want to call it, will continue. Now, why do I say it will continue? I don't want it to continue, but I said it yesterday on Shore that it will continue. Now we are discussing it on Sobadero TV. The reason why this will continue is because the government has made the economy so tough. A lot of youth there cannot have 3 square meal. There is no job, there is poverty in the land, there is economic hardship. The youth do not have any job after school. Even those who are learning handling work, who is going to establish them? Now the question now is, will cyber fraud continue? A frustrated person, a frustrated youth who want to live within the society, who want to buy stuffs, will not have any other job. I'm not saying cyber fraud is good, but I'm saying that our government need to understand that we have created a platform where dishonesty is becoming a norm. And so if dishonesty continues like this as in this country, then it means that we need to start asking questions that, do we really going to have a future? If an average youth who is supposed to be dependable is involving in cyber fraud and dishonesty, the question is, do you still want such a person to have opportunity in leadership positions? Now, if an average youth is involved in cyber fraud, and what our society embraces is celebrating everyone. I was telling someone that if as a parent your child comes home and brings different phones today, tomorrow, and there is no question, that means you are also trying to say the child to continue doing whatever he or she is doing. And so we need to start asking different questions aside today. When people are doing what is right, is our society embracing them or cautioning them? That is the question.
All right, thank you. That will be the end for today. Thanks once again.